will try to bounce back from a terrible performance Thursday night, a game they lost 94-75, putting them in a 2-1 hole in the series to the Pacers.
Wade short on the jump.
Dwayne Wade had one of the worst playoff games of his career, shooting just 2 of 13 from the field and scoring 5 points, and getting in a heated confrontation with his head coach Eric Spoelstra right near the Heat bench. Call it frustration or call it panic, but Miami is in the unusual position of being down in a series.
That was during the very emotional part of the game. We were getting our butt kicked. Those exchanges, happen all the time during the course of an NBA season.
LeBron, the freight train down the lane for 2.
In Game 3, LeBron James started strong, scoring 16 points in the first half, but in the second half he was a disappointment, held to just 6 points. Mario Chalmers was the other weapon for the Heat. They needed him. He scored 25 points to go with 5 assists, but no one else stepped up for Miami.
Hibbert attacks the rim.
For the Pacers, once again, it was a strong, well-balanced attack. Roy Hibbert led the way with 19 points and 18 rebounds. George Hill also came up big, scoring 20 points. The Heat will now have to overcome their frustrations. More importantly, Wade will have to get better. He'll also have to get help from the Heat's bench. Someone has to step up and help LeBron. If Wade can turn it around and Chalmers stays hot, the Heat will have a good chance to even this series. If they don't, they'll head back to Miami in a major hole. We are ready for basketball, and look who else is ready for basketball. Dwayne Wade, coming off one of the worst performances of his NBA career, on the court a good 2.5 hours before the start of Game 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. And when I say Wade was working hard, and this is out of routine to see him out there so early, he was taking jump shots. He was working on his post-up game. All said and done, spent about an hour on the court, worked up one heck of a sweat. Now he's gone back into the locker room, presumably getting ready now for the game, getting some rest before tip-off at 3:30.
Personal stuff, look, as we've said, that they have a long relationship. Dwayne is the guy who, in his younger days, used to knock on the window, and Spo would come out of his assistant coach's office, and they would go out onto the court and shoot. These guys have been through a lot of ups and downs together. I think they'll be able to get past this. The biggest thing is going to be for Dwayne to get out there and actually contribute on the court.
A big part of that is my responsibility, make sure that he gets to a place where he's comfortable, confident, where he can be aggressive, and that's where we've been focusing our energies the last couple days. We know he has to be a big part of what we do. He realizes that as well. I anticipate we'll do a better job of it, in this game. We're preparing for Game 4, okay? We're down 2-1. That's taking all of our energies and our focus, how we can play much better.
Plays of the game, and some of those, of course, you saw, and they all include LeBron. LeBron, a pivotal third quarter. Look at this, James back for the slam, Heat within 2. Then Wade, who had been the storyline of this series for struggling so badly with 5 points in Game 3, falls down, gets up, hits the 3. Miami had a fourth quarter lead. More Wade, this time showing the touch. This has been missing from D. Wade, showing the touch like this play right here. Off glass coming up to give Miami a 9-point lead. Somewhere in the second quarter, a spark lit in Wade where he looked like a totally different player. And let's finish it off with Udonis Haslem. It wasn't just those big 2 in the fourth quarter. UD, the veteran, with a cut under his eye after taking an elbow to the face with 4 key jump shots in the fourth quarter. As I mentioned, D. Wade, 30 points. LeBron, 40 points. Series even down.